Hey guys! Welcome to Lake Tahoe! Oh, nakikita nyo na yan in the background. Papunta kami ngayon sa aming... Well, it remains to be seen. Maghintay kayo. In a couple of minutes, we're gonna walk you through. Pero ayan, bibigyan ko kayo ng 360-degree views ng lokasyon dito. Oh, ayan. Tapos, pakita natin sa inyo. Parang dito yung mga establishments. Pumunta kami doon sa unahan. Ito nakikita niyo yung clock. So, punta kayo dyan towards to the left. Nandun yung parang check-in point ng cruise. Magsisimula pa naman yun ng alauna. So, babalik kami dito. Pupuntahan muna siguro namin yung Heavenly if it's not too far. Ay, tingnan mo ito, nagyoyosi itong isa. Hello.
OOTD.
OOTD.
Laban ko to.
Oo. Alam mo yun ata yung cable car. Oo, iakyat niya. Nakikita ko yung yung akyatan ng cable car. Tapos yan yung parang ski slope. Ang tarik. Tapos merong parang inn dito. Ayan. Siguro kung gusto mo mag-check-in na lang dito. Alright. We're gonna see you guys in a minute. Punta kami doon sa Heavenly, parang mga establishments kasi we got here a little bit early. Sinadya naman yun para maipakita namin sa inyo yung mga iba pang mga bagay dito sa Lake Tahoe, diba? So we'll check with you guys in a minute. Hey! Ito, nandito kami ngayon sa Heavenly Village sa Lake Tahoe. Para siyang outlet, yung mga stores nandito. And then may shoppingan, para siyang premium outlet, pero very Lake Tahoe style because of the cabin vibe. So pupunta kami dito and then iikot siguro ako dyan. Tingnan nyo, ang ganda ng ng mountains. Nakikita ko yung doon na ski slope sa pinakataas. Dito tayo pasok pasukin natin yung area na yan. Tapos pinakita yung daan dito, meron silang sinihan sa area na to. Champagne and chocolate.
There's happy hour.
Saan doon? Meron agad? Ang aga. Oo. Dito, anong meron dito? Construction. Pero okay lang, ikutin lang natin sandali. Parang siya talaga, very cabin style. Ayan. Malaki, marang maliit lang, no? Maliit lang ba o malaki-laki din? Isang ikutan. Oo. Yan. Tingnan nyo yung style dito. Ang tawag nila dito is Heavenly Village. May toy store dito. Medyo maginaw ngayon ha, I have to say, kahit maaraw. Nafe-feel namin yung lamig. Ayan, so puro mga stores, may mga damit. Loft, live theater, beanies and bikinis, shirts. Parang gusto ko bumili ng souvenir. Dito ba? Kung may time, di bibili na ako para ilagay na lang sa kotse. Kaya nga. Teka. Puntahan ko na lang to sandali, Meron pa ba dyan? Wala na. Sige na nga, ikutin na nga natin.
Pabalik naman.
Into the... Akala ko Philippines. Into the Pines pala. Ang ganda naman ng mga kulay ng jacket. May Starbucks. Yay! Ayan. Pwede ka umupo dyan sa labas. Ang daming dito. May tavern. Style din nila dito parang mga ganon, alfresco dining. Ang daming ganong style. Bears den Tahoe. Ito siguro yung sakayan ng dito, ng cable car. So tatanungin namin mamaya kung magkano yan. Alamin kaya natin ayan. Heavenly Tahoe. Ganda, Um, we're waiting for our cruise. Magsisimula kasi siya ng alauna and it's about 12:12. So, aalis na kami ni Hazel dito within about 10-15 minutes to head back to the other side. Mga 1 mile lang naman siya away. Pero babalik siguro kami dito mamaya. Kasi this is where you're gonna board here kung gusto nating maganito. Aakyat siya pala doon all the way up. Tignan nyo. Kita nyo ba yan? Ayan siya So iikutin niya yan kung gusto nyong pumunta dun sa cable car. Tapos dito yung pasukan. So sa Heavenly Village pala siya. Ayan, nakikita nyo siya. Pinag-iisipan pa namin, we'll think about that when we get back from the cruise. Kung magaganyan kami. Ikutin ko lang dito banda. Tingnan ko lang kung anong meron. Fire and Ice. Yun yung ginawa natin sa San Francisco. Nakita ko na siya. So that was the name of the restaurant. Ito yung strain ng restaurant na may branch sila dito sa may Lake Tahoe. Ito yung pinuntahan namin sa may San Francisco. So tignan natin. Ito ata yung pasukan ng hotel. Makita natin sa inyo. Ay, sarado pala. Sorry. Akala ko pasukan siya dyan. Alright. So maliit lang tong Heavenly. Ano siya? Talagang place siya to pick up your, kung may souvenirs kayong gustong bilhin dito. Ayan ang tingnan nyo ang kagandahan yan. Aakyat yung cable car dun sa pinakatuktok siguro. Tapos pupunta ka na sa taas. Welcome to Lake Tahoe. Tingnan nyo guys, we finally we checked in for our cruise. Pero ano pa naman, 12:45, 12:30 pa lang ngayon. Pero ipapakita ko sa inyo kung gaano ka ganda ito. Ang ganda ng tubig. Tingnan mo, merong boat dock dito. Tapos dyan sa unahan yung Lake Tahoe. Tingnan mo, diba? Yeah, tingnan natin yan. Wow. Nakaka-relax yung view, sa totoo lang. Dito kami magbo-board mamaya. Yan. Tingnan mo yan. Yup, tingnan mo. Parasailing noon meron. Tapos talagang pwede kang dumating malapit talaga mismo dito sa body of water. Tingnan mo yan. Wow. Diba? Yan. Dito sa left mas maganda yung niya. View niya. Lapit. Welcome to Lake Tahoe for the nth time. Nabibigani lang talaga ako kasi ang ganda ng araw ngayon. Tapos the sun is out pero malamig. Tapos tignan mo naman yung background mo, 'di ba? Can't beat. Hey folks, andito kami ngayon sa linya, tingnan nyo. Finally getting on our yacht. Yacht yan, mini yacht lang naman. So papasok na kami. This is the ramp to the thing. I think they're inspecting something, so we'll see. I'll check and we'll see what's happening up ahead. Ano kailangan? Mag-i-inspect.
Name's Clark. I'm your tour guide, so welcome. The Spirit is 75 feet long. She's 20 feet wide, and what you're really gonna love about her, 2 bathrooms. Yeah, that's the big deal. For those of you upstairs, just go right down those steps you came up, make a left around the back of the boat. For those of you inside, just head out the back door, make a left. Yeah, preferably before you get wet.
Checked in.
You got two great guys taking care of you today. You've got your bartender, Nate, and you've got your chief mate, David. They're both really good, real personable. They're going to take care of you.
Yan na, nagsimula na kaming guys, maglalakad-lakad. So, let me walk you guys through here. Yeah, we are What? Oh, wow!
Okay lang naman sa
Andito tayo sa ano ba tawag dito? Yung how? Oh, tingnan nyo. Ayan na. Yes! Ang ginaw. Ramdam na ramdam ko yung hangin. Oh, ayan. Well, the cruise has started and we are gonna be on here for a couple of hours. So, ang cruise na schedule na kinuha namin is from like 1 to 3 p.m. So, we will see. Siguro, including niya yung buong lawa. Ang ginaw, nafe-feel ko yung hangin. And then we are just showing this. Ito yung captain's ship. Oh. Ayan. Diba? Okay. Ganda. My gosh, naman. We are moving away from the diyan kami nanggaling. Diyan. So, pa-away kami. And then, pakita ko lang sa inyo to. So, we're walking towards it. Papunta dyan sa harapan. Okay. More to come later, don't worry.
Major faults. Hundreds of earthquakes have shaped the basin over the last 2 million years. Erosion and glaciation add finishing touches, often concealing the faults. The West Tahoe Fault is the longest of the three. Over the last 40,000 years, the east side of the fault has dropped up to 100 feet, the height of a 10-story building. The last major earthquake on this fault, in magnitude 7, took place 4,000 years ago. Geologists say this fault is due for another earthquake. The Truckee River near Tahoe City is the only outflow from Lake Tahoe. This dam at the outlet was completed in 1913 to hold back an extra 6 feet of water produced downstream. In drought years, the lake level falls lower than the natural rim and no water flows into the Truckee River from Lake Tahoe until rain and snowmelt refill the lake above the rim. Researchers work out of our UC Davis field station located in Tahoe City. Because of the clarity of the water and the extent of the Tahoe City shelf, these
Kabilang side
researchers
naman
must
ito.
travel several miles before
Meron silang arrangement about the history.
Secchi measurements demonstrate a loss of lake clarity over time. We are now looking to the northwest, where volcanic mountains closed off the original valley. The enclosed basin has contained a lake for the last 2 million years. The steep underwater cliff along State Line Point marks the State Line Fault. The underwater cliff face descends to the deepest part of the 13,000
Ako mag-tambay dito?
terminal drains were deposited
Oh, you mind?
of the glacier
Yeah, ano gusto
shaft. And you
Ano,
see
kahit
the
anong-
underwater terminal
May alam?
drain and
Oo,
mouth
kung meron.
bay.
Kung may margarita or something.
Saan daw?
The tallest
Sa
cliff
baba.
along the West Tahoe Fault is located at D.L. Bliss State Park.
Wow!
When hiking along the Rubicon Trail from Emerald Bay to D.L. Bliss, you are walking along the West Tahoe Fault. The glaciers of the southwest shore spilled down the canyons from a large, thick ice field that covered the Sierra crest. Over the centuries, the glaciers surged and retreated like busy bulldozers piling up moraines. Sometimes glaciers blocked outflow from the lake, raising the water much higher than the current level. When the water behind the ice dam rose high enough, it floated the ice and the dam collapsed, releasing huge floods downstream. We've learned enough about glaciers now to recognize their footprints. Can you find the lateral moraines flanking each U-shaped valley? The melt-off from the ice field carried sediment down the underwater cliff of the West Tahoe Fault, forming an alluvial fan. Do you see a cut across the alluvial fan? This is evidence of fault movement after the fan was deposited. The fault offset exceeds the height of a 3-story building. Near Tahoe City, the landscape changes from granitic mountains scraped by glacial ice to volcanic mountains formed with fire. A large portion of the underwater shelf south of Tahoe City is missing. What happened here? All evidence indicates that an underwater landslide triggered by an earthquake occurred here about 50,000 years ago. The huge chunks in the middle of the lake stick up from the otherwise level sediment. They're made of the same material as the shelf. The longest of these blocks is almost a mile long, and another block is nearly 500 feet tall. If the dimensions of the largest blocks are compared to the dimensions of the Golden Gate Bridge, you can see that these slabs are truly gigantic. Imagine the energy released when these huge slabs of sediment, hundreds of feet thick, slid several miles underwater across the lake bottom.
Wow.
The landslide raised a large destructive wave called a tsunami. Huge waves crashed over the shores all around the lake. Seismologists have developed a computer model that recreates what the actual event might have looked like. In this view, the simulation is superimposed on the satellite image of the basin today. The initial tsunami wave and its many reverberations, called Seiche waves, spread the energy from the landslide around the lake. Within 20 minutes, nearly everything living close to the lake was destroyed. Could such a catastrophe happen again? In the centuries to come, earthquakes and smaller underwater landslides could still cause destructive tsunamis. We've seen evidence of extreme events: earthquakes that formed steep cliffs, the volcanic mountain range that closed off the valley, glaciation that gouged canyons and dammed the outlet, droughts that lasted for over 1,000 years, and an underwater landslide that caused a huge destructive tsunami. The shape of the land is a record of all these events. What are we to learn from Lake Tahoe's geologic past and future? Here are some ideas to consider. If the lake can recover from the Comstock logging and the devastating tsunami, it can surely recover from the effects of modern human development. Will the clarity of the lake recover within our lifetimes because we make the effort needed, or after we're long gone because we could not live in harmony with nature? The decision is ours.
85 feet high, 10 o'clock there.
Check it out.
Now there are people up on top of Mount Tahoe right now looking down on us.
Mount Tahoe.
It took them over 4 hours to get to the top, and you have to be acclimated to the altitude and in pretty good shape to make that hike. But the view is incredible.
Yeah.
Now let's say you're not in very good shape and you decide to make that hike anyway. Well, you end up with a very fun, very expensive helicopter ride. Yeah, happens quite a bit. So that is the entrance.
Oh, papasukin pala namin to, Emerald Bay. Ayan o.
I've got the depth finder or barometer, if you will, on the screen downstairs, on the big screen.
We finally made it
It'll
over here,
show you
guys.
the abrupt change in depth. You just came from 1,200 up to 600, and we're going to get up to 10 feet under the boat as we cross over. The boat drags 6 feet, that's 16 feet of water. You'll even see the bottom. Now, Emerald Bay was carved out 13,000 years ago in our last ice age by a very large glacier.
You heard that? It was carved out 13,000 years ago by a glacier. So, yan ang kanya. And then according, kung yun nakuha yung sabi niya is the most photographed area here sa Lake Tahoe. Kasi enclosed basin ito eh. But in here, para siyang may parang extension or even this bay area nga na may body of water that we are about to approach. So we'll see. I think this is gonna be super fun. Emerald Bay is right over here. Sana pumasok kami. I actually would love that. Oh, nag-i-slow down na yung aming cruise. Siguro mag-ano yun. Magdadock siguro dito for a few minutes. We'll see. That remains to be discovered. Kung titigil kami dito for a few minutes.
1994, it was designated an underwater marine park. Now they did that so they could preserve the wooden boat that sank in here over 100 years ago. There's about a dozen of them. Some were sunk intentionally after no longer being used, some by accident. But because of the very cold, plain waters of the bay, these boats look like they sank 10 years ago instead of over 100. If you look over the side of the boat, you'll easily see the sandy bottom at 16 feet. Actually, 19 feet right now. The deepest point in the bay is 220 feet, with an average depth of 110.
You hear that, right? The narration. Some fun fact about this area. This is Emerald Bay behind me. Ng area
Now,
ng
you
Lake
look
Tahoe.
off to our left at this ridge, starting from the entrance, running all the way forward to the base of Maggie's Peaks. That is a lateral moraine left behind by the glacier. Now, all that material came from the Desolation Wilderness area in front of us. As the glacier receded, it left it behind, so it gives you a good idea of how deep this glacier was. And now Highway 89 runs across the top of it.
Yeah. Dito kami sa Emerald Bay, Pumunta nga pala kami sa mismong looban. And this is extremely beautiful. Pause.
Genoa is the oldest established town in Nevada, 1851.
Okay.
Look it up on your phone, Hope Valley.
Wow.
Follow that loop all the way to
Wow.
Genoa. The colors are spectacular.
Oh, no doubt.
Now,
No doubt
from
about
the
it.
East Coast, you got better colors. But for us, beautiful reds and orange and yellows, we love it. Now, straight
Yeah.
ahead of us is the only island at Lake Tahoe. It's left behind by the glacier, which is unusual in itself. It's solid granite. Comes up from the bottom of the bay to the very top at over 200 feet. And the name is Banet Island. And the lake historians have no idea why. As we get closer to the island, you're going to notice a small square granite building on top of it. Well, that is the famous tea house, built in 1929 for a wealthy heiress.
We're gonna go sit down and we're not gonna get back up.
Okay, the tea house is coming into view on top of the island. Again, all handmade out of granite, 16 by 16 feet. The walls are 2 foot thick granite.
Wow. Jesus, tingnan mo naman ito. Nandito kami sa mismong katapat na ng lake, ng Emerald Bay. This is the
You guys come
location. So let's
first time?
capture this. Nandito.
Yeah.
so you guys don't see the snow?
No snow, we missed it. It was snow right before we came, and then right after we're leaving.
Yes,
It was
this
snow.
started Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, that one, this area in Hazel and I is very popular.
Oh, yeah.
This is it.
Well, we're gonna go take a close look at Viking's home. We're only gonna see 1/4 of it from the water. It stretches way back in the tree line. That house is 11,700 square feet. It blends in beautifully because that was Mrs. Knight's wish that all the materials be native to the lake, except a leaded window she imported from Sweden. I mentioned it is a museum, but it is now closed for the season, and they will be putting wood slats up on the lower windows on the first floor because our snow gets that high. But it might be a good thing that it's closed because you don't get to drive your car down. You park up at Highway 89.
Ano, magdadak ba kami dito? I don't know. We'll have to figure out. So kung pabababain kami, that would be so cool. So I can walk around and show that to you guys. We'll see. We'll find out. Wow. Just take a look at this. So pretty. Beautiful. Oh! Yeah.
15 million dollars. A very smart businesswoman invested heavily in the Diamond Match Company, steel mills, Nabisco stock, and made her next fortune. A very generous lady, donating hundreds of thousands of dollars every year locally to help people.
We're just turning around. I thought we're actually gonna dock here. Hindi pala. Well, you know, so. Nagaganda talaga ako dito sa site na to. And you can just imagine kung merong snow. And if this is fully snow covered, I think that's just gonna be completely marvelous. Nothing else to say. Sabi nung kaibigan ni Hazel, it was actually snowing last week. Pero kasi ngayon medyo, hindi naman, I wouldn't say mainit, but it's warm enough to melt the snow. So hindi na preserve. But you know what? We'll take what we can get. It's beautiful around here anyway. Tingnan mo yan, right? Jeez. Picturesque. It's like perfect, you know, spot to just soak it in, appreciate nature, and you know what? For those who have all the time in the world, you can just take as many pictures as you like and record as many videos as you wish. Dinala namin kanina, I didn't get the chance to fully take the picture kasi somebody was standing right in front of me. Pero ngayon, we are on our way back, exiting the Emerald Bay. Ito yung gusto ko talagang kunan and just take a look. So palabas na kami ngayon eh. I think we're heading out into the main area of the lake. Pabalik doon sa aming destination. So it took us about an hour from the docking station to get to Emerald Bay where we are currently at. And then we're gonna start leaving this place and then we're gonna start heading out this way. So yeah.
Okay, obviously it's pretty deep here.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm standing at the helm, it's 48 feet of water under the boat.
Wow.
The back of the boat's in 80 feet. Now take a look to the left on the cliff face, down by the
That
bow.
is 48
You
feet.
see a bush with a few red flowers on it, right there at 11 o'clock. Well, when they're in full bloom, that whole bush is red. That's called mountain pride. A lot of people mistake it for wild roses.
Oh, ayan. They're finally moving away from Emerald Bay. Oh man, imagine if you have a property close by here. Tapos bumili ka lang ng speedboat or even your own boat, or if you have a deep enough pocket, then you can just get your own yacht. Pumunta ka dito and quite peaceful. I mean, obviously, it's obvious that the theme here is all about appreciation for nature, and I would imagine dito sa Lake Tahoe nga is like it's something that you can
Okay, folks,
see
time for our trivia question.
in different forms depending on the the weather or climate and the season as well.
With the answer, only fish that farts. Good luck. You're pointing to your wife. That was so nice. No, the only fish that farts. I can't believe it, but someone got it right. It's the herring. The experts say they use it as a form of communication. You know, someone like our politicians.
Tingnan nyo naman, di ba? Empty, wala na nakaupo. Everybody's enjoying themselves, capturing the moment. I'm sure their technology and phones and cameras and their whatnot. So, finally departing Emerald Bay. We're heading back into the main area of the lake, and then I'm sure we're making our way back to the dock, and we'll soon wrap up this trip. Quite memorable, and the reflection that I have is it's very serene, peaceful, quite fun because of our humorous narrator and tour guide on this cruise, and something to remember. And I'm quite happy that I am able to share this with you guys, the whole experience of getting on a cruise here in Lake Tahoe, California. Welcome to McDonald's in Lake Tahoe. Yan pa rin yung view namin from here. Quick bite before we head out to dinner. I mean, well, actually, we're not even hungry for dinner. Ano lang, merienda. Kasi we just had quick lunch. Bili tayo sa may ano dito. Oh, ito. Ito pala. Itong machine. Oh, let's see what we can get. Continue. I am gonna go get alam mo, what should I get? Kung nga lang, nainggit ako eh. Should I get a medium diet? Actually, sige yun na nga lang. Yeah. Fine. Yun na lang kainin natin. I think I just ordered the quarter pounder. I'm quite happy with that. And you might order? Maybe next time? Here. Sure. Grab a table. Saan tayo? Ano number? I'm trying to see what number this is. 104. 104. 104 ang table set. Ha? Nag-mail ako. Ha? Teka ha. Puntaan kita dyan, sandali. Ito, hindi mo alam?
Hindi, kasi parang weird. Kasi na ganito ako.
Ay, hindi. Ito, extra value meals.
Extra light.
Yeah. Okay lang.
Ganun ka.
Ayan, i-scroll mo siya. Andito ako sa 104. Yeah. Ay, you know what? Andito, yes. Love this view. Right here. Ito nga lang tayo. Okay. My gosh. Oh, ano?
Ang sarap. Oh my God.
Nag-enjoy ka sa McDonald's mo.
Kasi may mayonnaise.
Nagutom ang mga tita, oh. You know, we're just eating our McDonald's. Ang masaya yung cruise, don't get me wrong, na-review na natin kanina, no? It's like, second deepest lake in the United States pala yun. The first one, ang laki nga. The first one, I don't even recall the name of the lake. Pero nasa volcanic crater siya. And it goes as deep as 1900. Itong Lake Tahoe ata, it only goes as deep as 600 feet. Tapos doon sa Emerald Bay kanina, pinakita ko sa story, 48 feet deep siya. Kahit malapit siya sa parang shore nung bay. So it's an interesting experience. Masyado nga lang matarik yung araw, nahilo ng kaunti. Pero malamig siya in general. And then dito na kami sa may McDonald's, which is perfect view siguro yan. Ano, mayroon ng construction so na-obstruct na yung view. Pero kung ma-imagine nyo naman yan ang view mo dito. Tapos halimbawa winter dito, makikita mo yung mountain na yan covered with snow. That would be the perfect view. Alright, well, the last thing that we're gonna do before we head out is pupunta kami dun sa Heavenly Village ulit to stop by at one of the souvenir shops to pick up some magnets. Of course, it's a must when we are visiting certain places. Ako lang kasi sa Hazel nakabili siya dati. But this is my first time here, so I need to, get some. So, we'll see you guys in a minute.